kNOwBOX Dance presents Dance Behind the Screen, process production, and social media. Don't forget, say no to the box. Dile no a la caja. 고정관념이란 상자에서 벗어나세요.
Welcome back to Dance Behind the Screen podcast. This is your co-host, Azaria, and I'm the manager of resources and archives for kNOwBOX Dance.
This is your co-host, Reina, and I am the manager of community engagement for kNOwBOX Dance.
This is Yejin Choi. I am the programming director for kNOwBOX Dance.
Hello, this is your co-host Marthea, and I'm the managing director for kNOwBOX Dance. Today, drum roll please, maybe we can put it in After Effects. We are celebrating our 100th episode of Dance Behind the Screen podcast. We're so excited. First and foremost, we want to thank all of you, our listeners, for tuning in for hopefully all 100 episodes. We're so excited to be in your ears and sharing everything Dance Behind the Screen with all of you.
And speaking of sharing, we would love to share some encouraging Film Freeway feedback from our kNOwBOX Film Festival. Here's one. Such a great festival and team. Wish I could have been there in the drive-in screening in Dallas, as well as the Seoul screening. Hope to meet the team soon. Great communication, great team, super festival. 100% recommend. Sebastian Debut. Another very serious festival, and above all, careful to enhance the artist's proposed. Filmonea Rosciana. Last one, incredibly responsive and communicative team. Thank you for this experience and for putting artists together in this cool and beautiful festival. Simona de Bijou.
In today's show, we want to dig a little deeper and share more about the kNOwBOX Dance Film Festival. You might have guessed it, as that's why Reina was reading all those amazing and generous reviews from our previous filmmakers. So today we want to share a little bit about the vision behind the kNOwBOX Dance Film Festival. And if you stick around towards the end of the episode, we will be sharing a discount waiver if you're interested in submitting to our festival. So make sure to keep NBFF on your radar.
So for our listeners who may only follow our podcasts and not our other programming, how do we describe the kNOwBOX Dance Film Festival? What is it? And I'll throw that to anybody who wants to start. Yejin, Marthea, Reina.
Oh yeah, Marthea.
I love this. The kNOwBOX Dance Film Festival, NBFF for short, is an international dance film festival with multi-country and multilingual, which we're very excited about, live and online screening events that's followed by an international tour. So yeah, that's just a little bit, that's our verbiage behind the festival. But we're really excited today to talk about just why we're so passionate about what's different about NBFF and a little bit about why we created the festival in the first place.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the history. I love the story of how NBFF came to be.
Yeah, I think maybe if you listen back to our very first episode, you might hear a little bit about how kNOwBOX was started. And I think the festival and kNOwBOX kind of go hand in hand. Yejin and I, as you might know, all four of us actually went to graduate school together. Shout out, Texas Women's University.
KW!
And that's where we were all pursuing our MFAs in dance. And it was perfect because Yejin was the digital media coordinator and I was the publicity coordinator. So we both kind of had our hands in everything digital and publicity. And we were really fascinated with arts in the online space. And so from that, we had our very first kNOwBOX Film Festival test run. We partnered with another classmate in graduate school, and we created Exposure Dance Film Festival. We went to the library. Do you remember that, Yejin?
Yeah, I remember.
Thanks to the amazing 4 people that showed up. It was very meaningful. And to our guest artist, Danielle Giorgio, shout out to her. She's been on the podcast now too, so it's kind of cool to think about that. But so we wanted to bring a different perspective of dance, film, and arts to Dallas, where we were as we're in graduate school. And then basically from there, we actually partnered with the Dance Council of North Texas to co-create the Dallas Dance Film Festival back in 2018. And that was a really great learning opportunity. But from then on, Yejin and I knew part of why we started kNOwBOX is we didn't know where we were going to be after graduation. And so we wanted to stay connected and continue to just basically do something together. And so we wanted to expand our initiatives with dance and film, and we created the kNOwBOX Dance Film Festival.
Yejin, could you tell us a little bit about the current mission and values of kNOwBOX Dance? We can just hit some
In Korean,
highlights.
in English, in Espanol. Kidding.
We usually
English.
do all three. We'll do English today, and then
Uh-huh.
hopefully we can tackle those other two languages.
Just going trilingual.
Sure. Here we go. Yeah, our mission, especially in its 4th year NBFF, we're looking for films that challenge the possibilities of what dance can look like in the video form. And especially NBFF values experimental, multicultural, multi-genre, and technological dance films. And also beyond just screening itself, we also offer dance workshops and also invite artists on and offline so many people globally they can participate in it. Through those programs, we value and support all levels of filmmakers from emerging to professional. And we also value supporting local artists when we have festival itself. So we invite them and then have workshop and then also #vendor. So they also share their artworks at the festival. On top of that, we also value sharing this festival beyond Dallas and Seoul-centered communities. So we host the NBFF tour in different cities and countries by the local host. #NBFF on tour. So I also want to hear Reina and Azaria, your experience, like fun, memorable moments the planning part, when we plan NBFF.
You want me to go first, Reina?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having us join you. This has been an amazing experience. I would say one of the most memorable is, I have a couple, but getting together when it's time to actually deliberate on who gets in. And I really love discussing like how to pick, because it's hard because we really want to support as many artists as possible. And we have done that in many ways with accepting tons of films. We're going to have to maybe draw that back a little bit. But that's been a really exciting process, just to be able to see all of the works that are out there, and the number just keeps going up and up. But most importantly, I think one of the values that I've had from the get-go is being able to pay artists for their work. And we started with not a dime to our company's name. And this year we were able to, I think, give pretty substantial in what we can provide as stipends to the filmmakers. And that's the most memorable, joyful part for me, because that's a really important value for myself.
As Azaria mentioned, just the fact that this year we're really excited that we could provide those substantial honorariums to the filmmakers, and not only the filmmakers, but the different artists at the live events for the festivals as well. So musicians, workshop teachers, things like that. So we're really able to kind of shift the conversation and put our money where our mouth is, and actually change how we're looking at just the economy of dance and film as it relates to our different cities. And I think it's just so special because not only do we get to see the impact that just dance has on all of these artists from the fact that they're making these films. Because as we know, like with COVID, we were all, still are, isolated, and just the fact that so many artists could kind of turn to this medium and really connect with artists across the freaking world and share like what they're going through, whether they're sharing like a story or they're sharing, you know, maybe hopes for a better world. I think it's really cool to just have this platform that we get to create together and co-create with the artists to share these works. And we are beyond thankful to the two granting organizations that gave us money to help provide these honorariums. So I just want to do a shout out to the City of Dallas Office of Arts and Culture and to TACA and the March Foundation for the money that we got to put right back in to these filmmakers' pockets. Yeah, Jim, I think you're the only one we haven't heard from yet. I'm still so jealous we haven't been able to be with you in Seoul for these festivals.
This year. For me, the translation part was very hard. Translating most of the language, we receive it in English, so translate the program notes and their film title, and some of them we have subtitles. So it was very hard.
Yejin, for our listeners who don't know, that is one of the goals behind our festival is we do translate everything that's submitted, if it's in a different language, to English, Korean, and Spanish. So that's just something special and unique to our festival. And that's what Yejin's talking about.
Right. So it was hard because I don't want to harm their original meaning of the subtitles or title. But it was a very good moment because I was able to understand their artistic intention more. So it was very good.
I think what's really cool, I can't believe it's been 3 different festivals. So maybe I can share just like a brief memory from each one or something like that. The first festival was really special back in 2019 because it was the first time that we had such care and connections with these filmmakers leading up to the festival, whether it's collecting, you know, their pictures or talking with, just corresponding through email and DM and things like that. And then them not like being at the event because many of them couldn't come into town for the screening. And so it was really cool to kind of be this like intermediary role. And I felt like in that moment, it made me realize just like, how special it really is because we get to, and Yejin, you talk about this all the time, like we got to experience the reaction from the audience members and receive those compliments and hear their feedback. And so that was like a very special experience. And I kind of have goosebumps just thinking about it. And then to like deliver it back to the filmmakers was really cool. Do you guys have a favorite memory? Azari, you were with us in 2019.
I know. I'm upset because COVID, just like everything else,
I know,
has just been blocking several of these. So 2020, we had a COVID scare. We ended up being negative, but we didn't have our test in to be able to go down safely. So that made us miss the first one or the second one. And then we were supposed to host a tour location here in Springfield right as the pandemic hit earlier that year. So that made that one not happen for me too. And then this past year, my mom passed away right during the festival. So 2019 was the last time I was able to be there in person. I'm really excited for this year and I'm ready to like kick anything's butt that like is going to prevent me from getting down. But I think what was most exciting from the 2019 year is I really like being hands-on. I like setting up the tables and taking the tickets, and my sister came down and helped and was passing out snacks. And it was just the intimate personal care I think that our festival does that it was really satisfying.
Ditto to everything, literally. Loving all the things that happen in the festival, but something that I really have been enjoying, some special moments, highlighting all the artists, building community with the people that come in to experience or to take a chance on and see dance film if they haven't seen dance film before. So that's really exciting. But just how it can also be really impactful with the people, with the viewers that come in and experience the festival, and hearing their feedback on how it's, you know, because a lot of them sometimes are young artists or emerging artists, and for them to see us put this event, I remember this year there was a few of them, they were like, you know, seeing you put this event really gives me hope and encourages me to do something like this one day. So that's one thing that I really love that we cultivate within our community of kNOwBOX stands.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm so excited once again. I hope you all come out like Marthea said. So as we start to wrap up our episode for today, I just want to share with our audience the future of NBFF, kNOwBOX Film Festival. Where do we see this going? How are our values going to be interwoven into this new future we are building?
For me, as a programming director, I think I would like to focus on how we highlight dance film itself more beyond highlighting filmmakers, because we have been doing a great job highlighting filmmakers. But I thought the other day, at the end, after I pass by, my works will remain. And then when I watch movie, I remember the favorite scenes or movie itself, not the film directors. Yes, the film directors, but more about just movie itself. So I think the difference is what kNOwBOX can do is like we go to museum or a gallery, we have docent or, you know, people who can explain about the work. So how can we not just screening and finish it, but find the meaning so people can understand those films through our festival in diverse perspectives. So I think that's what maybe NBFF can do in the future.
So you're saying like continuing the life of the film beyond just our screening.
Right. So make the film keep alive by talking about it and mentioning about it. Because for me, I learned dance film through the book first. So I kind of focus on like outside of factors. I don't know if that's the right way to say. Outside of factors, more like what is the terms? Shall we say video dance or dance film? Or what's the difference is live dance or dance
like a very
film?
academic approach.
Right. But I think at this point, by running this festival, it's pointless because it's asking, like, for instance, do you like theater? What is the difference in theater, play versus movie? But so I want to focus on the artwork itself beyond talking about other academic things, because other beautiful, amazing scholars will talk about it. So, yeah. How about you guys?
I think for me, I would love to see NBFF continue reaching out to bigger communities that may or may not be familiar with the arts, because we're already planting those seeds, and I'm really excited to kind of see where that tree grows. I'm really fascinated by community and really fascinated with what we can do, with what film can do to somebody. So that's somewhere that I really am curious and would love to continue growing with in the film festival, and just maybe taking it to other places too. It's just like, we got Korea, we got it in the US, you know, Mexico. We're taking it other. Yeah, I'm ready to take it to South America. I'm ready to share. And it's not because I just want to I think we should take it there, but because I really think we're sharing a lot of really great, important ideas. And maybe that's one way that the films keep living on.
I love this question, and I just love hearing from all of you. I'm just so excited about what we're going to do with NBFF. I think for me as managing director, at the end of the day, what's most important to us is people, because people is what makes a difference in the world as we look and work together to co-create a better future for all of us. So I think I want us to continue to work together to find ways to center the filmmaker and continue increasing those honorarium amounts. How can we help with distribution post-film festival? How are we keeping connected with all of the people behind the films? Because it's not just the filmmakers, right? It's the dancers, the choreographers, the editors, the musicians, everyone. How can we continue to foster those relationships and then take them to new places and support them on that journey? I think also we want to continue, as Raina mentioned, really establishing our community here in Dallas, Texas. We're very excited to be based here as a nonprofit organization and have so much support from the city. So we really want to continue to find ways to give back to our community, offering free programming and continue developing and sharing these translations, because I think that's something that makes our festival extremely unique and really bridge the gap across cultures, because seeing dance through movement is its own language in and of itself, which is what's so special. So we want to help make that just a little bit easier by offering these programs and subtitles in Korean and Spanish and English as well. And hopefully as we continue to expand, we can expand our language offerings with that as well. So we're just so excited. We have so much work to do. We've done a lot already in just our past 3 years, but we're excited to move into our 4th year. And we hope that we'll be seeing films from all of you listening, or that we'll see you at our events coming up here soon.
Thank you for that wonderful wrap up of our future vision. So I think we have a couple of surprises or little giveaways for our audience. So I'm going to pass it to you all to share that. But can we also talk about how people can donate if there's anybody here who's like, I want to help them increase their honorarium limits? How can they donate to NBFF?
Yeah, great question, Azaria. I'm glad you brought that up. So if you just head to our website, kNOwBOXdance.com/support, we have many different options for you to help donate. And we will definitely put that into our pool that goes directly to the film festival, benefiting the filmmakers. And if you're still here, which hopefully you are because you're listening, the desired waiver code. So what you need to do is to get a 5% submission discount to kNOwBOX Dance Film Festival. Share your favorite episode of Dance Behind the Screen podcast on your social media channels and tag kNOwBOX Dance. Then DM us and let us know, and you'll receive a 5% discount code for NBFF.
All right. I think that's a wrap. We look forward to seeing you at one of our NBFF events, either in Seoul, Dallas, or online, or at one of our tour stops.
The kNOwBOX Dance Film Festival, NBFF, is now accepting submissions for its 4th year as an independent film festival. NBFF seeks dance-related films that challenge the possibilities of what dance can look like in video form. NBFF has 3 categories for submissions. Some are short series, general, and documentaries. For more information and how to apply, visit filmfreeway.com/kNOwBOX Dance Film Festival. kNOwBOX Dance Film Festival. Visit our website, kNOwBOXdance.com, or DM us on social media.
Thanks for taking your time to tune into Dance Behind the Screen, a bi-monthly interview series where we go behind the screen to question process, product, and social media. Be sure to follow us on social media at kNOwBOX Dance. See you next time, and don't forget to say no to the box.